Hello and welcome. I'm Sam Wood. He's Blake Johnson. He's Pat Allendorf. This is the Leg Up Australia podcast. A huge episode to get through tonight. We're all in different parts of the country at the moment. We kick off the start of the championships this weekend with 4 massive Group 1s at Randwick. What's doing, gents? We had Rose Hill called off last week. The rains, I'm in Sydney at the moment. It just seems to have eased the heavy precipitation. What about you, Beads? Is it still raining on the Gold Coast?
It's raining on the GC. It's not real good, nice weather up here.
When I flew out this morning, it was flooding on the way to the airport.
Yes, pretty ordinary. Pretty ordinary. Wish
I had
this
to
weather
import this in, Pat. They don't sell down here.
Oh, my goodness.
I had to import it in.
What about when you put it on the screen? It blanked it out. It pixelated it.
Yeah, that looks yuck.
It's delicious.
It's pixelating that beer like it's contraband.
How are you, Patrico?
Feeling good, mate. Feeling good. I've come good after what was a big slipper day. And we've got a big Saturday on this weekend. And then hopefully see me out at the championships the following Saturday for the big one.
The QE.
The end of your multi.
The end of my multi. That's right. I've got my multi. Come on. How's it looking?
You know, it's not looking great.
What do you mean? Come on. Very Elegant just romps in.
Could be the next Winks.
I know.
And you've got Animo.
Animo and Juice. It was bittersweet. I like Juice's horse, and then when I saw it win in the Group 1 at Newcastle on Monday, I thought, we might be in some strife here.
How about we throw that the next Winks call around? It crippled Espiona. We're saying it about Duais.
Yeah, well, then let's keep saying it then. Yeah, Duais could be the next Winks. Let's put the mock on it.
Well, I'm. If I was having a bet today, I'd be on Animo, I think.
Tommy Berry's riding Animo, isn't it?
Yep, and J-Max sticking strong with Very Elegant.
Well, he knows it's the winner of the race.
And he wants to go to France and ride it in the Arc de Triomphe. Oh,
I don't think he'll be going to
a French host on the show.
Oui.
Oh, poo-poo.
Correct.
She'll get lapped in the Arc de Triomphe.
Oh.
You've always been negative.
Oh, mate, this is Australia. It's another Australia's sweetheart that you're just potting.
You are very negative.
Last week it was
you hate Ash Barty.
You hate Very Elegant. Is that what you said? Very negative.
I remember after Kathy Freeman won that 400 ring, he said, I hate the 400 metres.
That's the greatest moment in sport.
Oh.
What, when you rang me? When you rang me?
When I rang you to bag up.
Yeah, well, we got plenty going on. We've got 4 Group 1s at Randwick, as I mentioned, to kick off the championships. We've got the English Sires, the Australian Derby, TJ Smiths, the Donny. We've got all the good horses out and about. We've got Shelby 66 in the TJ after a spell. Well, let's kick off with...
Cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!
So last week we started this. It's our brand new segment where we hand control of the show over to Pat Allendorf. He winds up and takes aim. Last week, he sprayed Zaki. It was mixed. It was met with mixed reaction. Paddy, who are you spraying this week?
Well, look, I could say that you cannot be serious with the protest in Melbourne. I could say you cannot be serious with Spanish Mission dropping out to run last, the time that I tip it as a good thing. I could say that Dick Van Dyke bringing his horse down from Brisbane and just wasting his time and everyone's time running third. Could be that you cannot be serious. But I've got to take aim at this bloody rain. I cannot believe it. This cannot be serious, this rain. I've never seen anything like it. What about the poor people that would have went to the races last weekend thinking, I've got this runner in the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, up to the 10th, and it's called off. Can you believe it?
Your day of the races doesn't really wind up until you get really wound up and get into it about the 3rd or 4th, and the day over.
Mate, you cannot be serious. How can this rain be so heavy and so, so damaging? Like, I get it. There's a lot of floods going on, and we do feel for them, but we're talking specifically about racing here.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a punting show.
Yeah,
so, you're not liking the rain either. It's had havoc on you, isn't it?
I hate the rain. I hate
Mate,
the rain.
It's done us over for a meeting on the Gold Coast when I went up there to for the Costa Race Day. You boys
That's
so
right.
kindly flew me up, and we got up there and had to go to a ghost meeting, which I'd never go to again because there is nothing to do at a ghost meeting other than get Piolax.
As if you remember that meeting.
That's a
Anyway,
good day.
I'm pretty sure
they were running horses.
were they? Was I on one?
Oh, mate.
That
Yeah.
meeting called off. Nothing to do with Dream. Rose Hill called off. I don't know, mate. The way things are going today, I was in the city today and it was pelting down. It wouldn't surprise me if we got called off. But
I reckon the worst thing about the rain is that at least we're working form. We're working heavy track to heavy track to heavy track. So it's all aligned. Once we go heavy track to good track, that's going to be the worst thing about it.
geez.
Are we seeing, like, have we ever, I feel like it's a new thing for me, but have we ever had this many horses on short backups? Like, is that a thing for heavy form horses? I feel like I've seen more 7-day backup than ever before.
Oh, mate, I'm not a big fan of the 7-day backup.
I know that.
Blake is, but I'm not a big fan. I think the 7-day backup as a trainer goes like this. How'd it go today? No good. Run it again next week. And do you know what? Shelby 66 it. Run it 8 out of the next 9 weeks.
Well, that's work for them. But BJ, are we seeing more?
I love
of
it
the
on heavy tracks.
Are we seeing
I love it
more
on heavy
short
tracks.
backup now, or has this always been the case?
No, I don't think so. I think maybe a couple more because we've got heavy surfaces, but there's always a few in the meeting. I don't know how many we got on Saturday, but I have noticed a few.
Plenty in
Couple
the derby.
backing
Run
up
it
from
again.
the Tancred. She's ideal and Stockman are both backing up from the Tancred.
What about the Monday? Plenty Monday to Saturday.
Yeah, that's 5-day backup. So
Yeah,
even shorter.
do
you know what?
She needs to do
One of the best things I've seen this year is from a trainer that I do not support a lot of his horses, but RIP Libertini this week for Anthony Cummings, poor bugger. But the quick backup when he ran it the next day after running it at Canterbury in the night time, and then he ran the horse on the Saturday.
Who did he do that with?
Oh, can't think of the horse's name, but one of the better training performances I've seen this year.
And did it win?
Look,
No.
it runs second. But no, it won. It won.
No, this is only like a month ago, eh?
It probably won. Write it in the comments if it won. I don't know. Write it in the comments on something.
Write something in the comments.
Just write anything. Write it in one of the
Write
reviews.
in the comments.
You know what?
We've got our giveaway as well at the end of the show. We're going to go through review. I've got one on YouTube to read out as well because he doesn't have the podcast app. He doesn't listen to the podcast on Apple, so you can get across and review us on YouTube. So that was it. So second, you cannot be serious, and you've teed off on the rain.
The rain, mate. I cannot believe it.
The weather gods are in trouble.
and they're getting 1.5 liters of cranberry juice if they don't pull their fingers out. Thanks,
Yeah, and where are we going to
Ocean
send
Spray, of
that cranberry juice?
Well,
Yeah, I
so
guess.
I'll send it up into the sky, mate. I will send that ocean spray
course.
up into the heavens
Let me write this
You
down.
wait for it.
Zaki and rain. Okay,
and rain.
it's good. This is
Have
good.
you guys ever seen rain like this, though? I've never seen rain like this. This is crazy. Every
well,
second
I
day
have not.
somewhere's flooded.
You guys, Sydney have had insane rain for over a month. Up where we are, or
Great
where we
alliteration.
live,
We had a
It's-
nice week last week.
it was like we've been having good days as well, but the amount of rain. Someone was saying Southport Golf Course on the Monday got 240 mils in a day. Like that is epic proportions of rain.
Yeah, I heard overnight. I know. Was it the March average was 100 mils, and we've had 667 down here.
It's insane. Well, that when the flooding was going in Brisbane, they had triple the annual rainfall or double the annual. No, maybe it was just over the annual rainfall in those 3 days.
Shit.
They had more rain in those 3 days than they have usually in a year. So, yes, the rain
Wow.
that can be it. Now we've got to keep moving, boys, and I've got to move you through because I'm down here for work and I've got to stay on the move.
It's all
Sound
work.
right.
It's all business.
Oh, mate, it feels good traveling for work and stuff again. I haven't done it for 2 years. So, yesterday, BJ, I didn't even tell you this. I get to the airport for the 7 a.m. flight, and they delay it, and they delay it, and they delay it, and they delay it at 12:30. They cancel it.
I was on the phone to him at 12:30, and I hear him go, "One more croissant, please." And the guy goes, "Sir, you have eaten us out of croissants."
Mate, I was in the lounge from breakfast to lunch. I grabbed a couple of wraps on the way out, and so I ended up just going home. I worked for 6 hours in the lounge, and then I just booked the exact same flight the next day. So here I am. Let's rip into these 4 Group 1s at Randwick. We're kicking off the championships. We've got the English Sires starting us off. 1,400 metres, race 6 of Group 1 English Sires. We have Fireburn at 275. Short price for a slipper winner. Don't they usually after the slipper don't win any more races?
No, that's after their slipper preparation.
Oh. No, I think that's true. I think I don't know what the last horse that won the Golden Slipper that won another race was. I'm not sure, but I'll look into that for you.
Dormier and She's Extreme at $9.50. Show Corp $11. Let's Roll the Dice 13s. The rest are double figure odds. Count the Headlights, Warby, Man in the Mirror, Brosnan. Plenty of horses going around. That price for Fireburn was $2.75 in case I forgot to say it. BJ, I'm going to start with you because I think we're on the same horse.
Yep, that's okay. Well, I'm tied to the hip with She's Extreme, even though Fireburn was ultra impressive in the Golden Slipper. I think She's Extreme was super unlucky. She copped a little bit of that interference that Fireburn copped as well, and Fireburn picked herself back up. But She's Extreme just run up backsides for the remainder of the race. So I was really keen on her in the Golden Slipper. She has a better SP profile than Fireburn in the Golden Slipper. The market really liked her. She was on the 7-day backup there, Pat. But
run it again.
She got off the bit too. She got off the bit like when Fireburn really accelerated. She's Extreme copped that interference and she was like under hard riding, and then she picked right up and she just had nowhere to go. So I'm tied to the hip with her. I've got an all-in bet on her. So I'm going to have her on top, but I have them much closer in the market with Fireburn, She's Extreme and Fireburn.
She's actually drifted a bit. She's Extreme. I think she opened at 650. You wouldn't have that in front of you, would you, BJ?
Don't currently, but that would be. Well, she would have been about $7.50, something like that. She's probably about $8.50, $9 now.
Yeah, you get $9.50 with. Oh, it's bet ABC.
That's a good price.
Whose dog's that?
It's my dog.
Oh, Coco.
You're watching the Greyhounds.
He's got one.
That's my greyhound.
BJ, you're with She's Extreme. I'm with you. I like She's Extreme. It's a very, very good horse and a great price. I thought it was a great price at $7, but $9.50.
Fireburn's hard to knock, but can you really, when you haven't backed her in the Golden Slipper, are you keen to jump into it now at this sort of price, Pat?
I'm flying in. I'm launching in. I can't believe I missed it. It's one that got under my guard. I cannot believe it. It snuck under the guard. Do you know what? They were knocking it down, getting in its way. Look, if we're talking about hard luck stories, it was a Golden Slipper hard luck story that turned itself around and just picked itself up off the deck and won. I don't know how it got there. I was on Coolangatta. I thought, geez, this is easy.
And now you've penned the stable after Coolangatta's loss.
Yep.
What did you call him before the show?
I don't think I can say it on the show. I think useless rhymes with something.
You just said it.
Yeah. So, I'm sticking with it. Fireburn. I think you can go all the way and win the Triple Crown. Emulate the great super cult Piero. I think that was the last horse to do it in what, 2012, 2013?
Piero. Yes.
2012. So, yeah, this horse looks one out of the box. So why not? Why get off?
One out of the box. Why get off when it's going for its 5th win on the trot?
Yep. And I'll get on 5th up, 6th up.
5th up.
Okay, so I got the stat for you. So out of the last 8 Golden Slipper winners, only one of those horses has gone on to win another race, and that was She's Extreme, trained by Gary Portelli. She
think
will
you got that
reign.
wrong.
Sorry.
She will reign. Yeah, I think. Wow, she's back. But
All right.
So
Hang on.
that's-
See that? Did you just see that? You have lost one listener. Michael Costa has left the chat.
oh no,
Oh no.
can you stop bagging Costa?
You can't
So
mention
7
she will
out of
reign.
8.
So 7 out of the 8. So that's not win another like listed or anything. That's win another race at all.
In their career. Yes, correct.
Bull dust.
That's
It's
insane.
true.
I knew
I just read
I
it.
knew there was something. But I just read it. It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I've got to
That is
say,
with Fireburn.
I'm with
This
Fireburn,
long neck,
mate.
this long neck's giving me fire. A hard burn.
Well, let's see if she can break the trend.
Absolutely, buck the trend.
She will buck the trend. How does a 2-year-old do that when it loses momentum like Fireburn did and picks itself up and does that? That is, very exciting. This is a very, very exciting race.
We head to the 7th race on the card, 2,400 metres, the Group 1 Australian Derby, $2 million race. I've just noticed as well, punters has got this down as a heavy 10s. They're expecting this to be a bottomless track, which could form into the conversations that we have about this race especially. Right now, we have a Totsu favourite at $3.70 with Ladbrokes, Regal Line at $6.50, Forgot You, $7.60. The rest at double figure odds. Couple of good horses in this race. Pat, tell us who you've got on top.
You find someone in Sydney that tells you that it's going to be any less than a heavy 10, and you have found an optimist. There is no way that it will be less than a heavy 10. It is sideways raining here. So,
Pat, we've got a golf day on tomorrow, so have a little bit of positivity, please.
mate, it's going ahead no matter what.
Still, I don't want to be drenched.
We're going to be drenched from
are.
champagne.
Okay.
On top for me, mate, I've got a horse that Blakey has been very bullish on this preparation. I thought its wheels were spinning last start at the Valley. I'm obviously talking about War Eternal, one of Bjorn Baker's horses in the race. At the Valley last start, on the turn, I thought it was going nowhere. The wheels were spinning and it just kept sort of grinding and picking up in the straight. And I thought on the line it was strong and coming at the leader. So looks like the step up in distance will suit. War Eternal on top for me. Enjoys a heavy track. So I do, however, like at a bit of odds, 2 others from the Bakeyard. I was talking to someone that works at the Bakeyard, a bit of stable mail.
Oh,
Bit of BB.
If anyone can't figure out who that is, stop listening to the show.
Bit of BB mail. And I'll be throwing Maurice, me dad, in there as well. And also White Noise
Okay,
too.
so just back all of Bjorn's runners. And so you went away from the $23 shot to look for some value. Okay.
War Eternal, mate. I think it's overs in this. So I'm happy to leave the favourite out. I think taking $2.90 for a horse that hasn't run on a heavy track like this is dangerous. But take it away, BJ.
Yeah, I think there's actually better than that available. 370
$3.70
available.
with Ladbrokes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I was talking about Moneyballed.
370 for Totsu. I think he's I think if it wasn't a wet track, there'd be no betting. He's clearly the best horse in the race. He won an Australian Guineas first up. He won a VRC Derby third up, 1,600 metres to 2,400 metres, and they backed him as if he was unbeatable that day. So, I think if he handles the wet track, he'll win.
I'm a little bit off the stable though.
That's fine. I think they're going at about 35 to 40% runners to winners. So
They'd be filthy that they've lost your support, Pat.
Maybe.
So Pat, a Totsu, because it doesn't have that.
It has no heavy track form, and it is going to be heavy up here. So, mate, they're the 3-year-olds. They're vulnerable here. It's not as cut and dry as normal. I think it's a more open race with the way the track's going to play. Blake's right. It's a good track. It'd be hard to get a price about this horse, the top weight, but the track is just what brings everyone into it. So, yeah, these Baker runners and especially even White Noise brought across by Murray Baker from New Zealand, they seem to grow a leg. It's a grade too. I did hear a rumor that it doesn't like a wet track, but it'd be the first grade and not like a wet track. So,
and it's coming from New Zealand as well. I was actually going to ask you guys about the other horse that Murray Baker brought over, which J-Max riding, Regal Lion.
Ran well last start. Probably would have liked the race to be run at Rose Hill over the 2,000 metres, not the 1850, the way it was flashing home.
Yeah.
But also, mate, it's had 2 starts on heavy tracks for Egg. So I think it's run at Newcastle.
It's got soft form. I don't know where that soft form was.
Yeah.
Regal Lion. He was good on Monday.
At Newcastle,
very good.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I think it's not a bad bet.
Was Newcastle though that soft? It looked to play quite well, Newcastle.
It was a soft 7, but he's on the 5-day backup, and he was 2,400 metres back to 1850. But Benno went all right in that race as well. So 2 horses that you'd want to be taken out of that race. Both of them hit the line really nicely. But I don't think they're in the same class as Hitotsu.
Yeah, do you reckon that race was a bit soft? The Tate Stakes?
I'm not sure. I think it's produced 4 of the last 5 Derby winners or something like that. So,
jeez Louise. How did you rate that? Did you do the ratings on that race, or
I haven't reviewed that meeting yet.
Okay, tough one. It was hard to get involved on Monday.
Well,
with work and the rest of it.
Yeah, with work and other commitments.
I tried to put an invoice into the leg up to get the day off, but it was rejected by HR.
We all work, so you may as well too.
But yeah, mate, I'm happy to leave Regal Lion out with the heavy track. So
you got a Totsu, BJ, and Paddy. Which just anything from the Beyond Vegas stable?
No,
War Eternal on top.
War Eternal.
Okay. We move on to the TJ Smith Stakes, 1,200 metres, Group 1, $2.5 million up for stakes. Nature Strip. The best price we're getting around Nature Strip is $2.90 at the moment with Bet365. Eduardo, $3.80 with Bet365 as well. Shelby, $66, $8 with Money Balls. Mars Crusader, Paulele, Rockin' Horse, Overpass, all these horses double figure odds except for Zutori that rounds them off at 100 to 1. Let's discuss Shelby 66 because he aka the party boy, because he's the people's champ. Everyone's loving him. He
turns up every week.
Turns up. Well, no, he's had a quick spell. He's had a little freshen up. 2 weeks off.
I saw him running through the streets. He never stops. Never stops.
He won at Rose Hill, and they ran him back to Randwick for the next start.
He was at the Doncaster Hotel just match racing people out the front.
Yeah, old Tom Dvojevic down the Manly Corso.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's just, before I get your selections, have either of you taken Shelby 66?
I haven't, but I love this. I absolutely love the story. I love that Blake tipped at last start. I love that it won, mate. It is, you love these sort of stories, but, you know, I can't see it winning here, but if it did, geez, I'll be cheering the loudest as well, because I think it's a great story for racing.
I'm not with him today. He probably can't win, but I'd like to see him run well.
We took him up to him last time. So, BJ, who have you got on top?
Nature Strip, grand final horse. He's won this race the last couple of times. He was good first up. Yeah, he was good first up, and then he regressed second up. He was back, stayed at 1,000 metres, which probably didn't suit him. He was a little bit soft on the line, but he pulled up with a poor post-race recovery. Steps up to 1,200 metres. I like the draw for him. He'll be given a chance to work over. And yeah, this is grand final day, and as we said, he's a grand final horse. So I think he's the best horse in the race, and I think he'll win on Saturday.
Yeah, mate, I wholeheartedly agree. It wins this race for fun, Nature Strip. So it's on top for me as well.
Me too.
Oh, 3.
That's 3. That's 3 from 3, which I think Nature Strip is 3 from 3, third up.
Is it really? And it's going for 3
One,
TJ
yeah.
Smiths.
And 3 TJ. It might not be 3, but yeah, I don't think it's ever lost third up.
I don't think that's true.
I don't think it.
I can
Isn't
confirm
true.
that is not true.
It's 8 starts for 6 wins. So, yeah, I don't know what stats you're looking at, Woodhead, or did you just stop doing them? Did you just stop doing them halfway through? Have you been doing them yourself on the abacus?
Oh no, I wasn't looking at any stats. I was just assuming that he hadn't lost 1 third up.
I'll tell you what about your salad on top? It looks a bit like a Gutho chop.
What's happening?
The haircut.
I don't know what it is, but when I've blurred the background, it makes it. I can unblur the background, so I don't like it. It's just a normal haircut.
It looks really good.
Could be Clint Gutherson.
Oh,
Oh, no, not now.
look at that. A bit of Elvis.
Bit of Lockie from the Wiggles when you mess it up.
Oh, mate. That's so unfortunate. They had to be away from work and missed at least taking both kids to the Wiggles.
Oh,
They don't have. She's worried about me getting COVID in Sydney. I'm worried about her getting gastro from the Wiggles. Okay. Let's roll straight into this, Donnie. Race 9, 1,600 metres. We've got the Group 1, the Doncaster Mile, $2.9 million in prize money. Our current favourite at $4.80 is Forbidden Love. I'm thunderstruck at $6. Converge at $9. The rest at double figure odds. It is a deep, wide, open field. This is a big old race. Pat, you kick us off. We're going to go alternative. So, Patty, your turn. Who you liking?
Well, this race is brilliant. This is a brilliant Doncaster that they're putting on this year. And for me, an old favourite of mine is going on top. I think it gets in with 54 kilos, which I think is a very fair weight for it. Private Eye. It's third up this prep. I think that suits. Gets out to the mile. Loves the heavy track. It'll be flashing home at the end. So Private Eye on top for me, mate.
Private Eye. Peter, who you liking?
I'm pretty keen in this race. Outside of the,
we're having a bet. We're having a bet, everyone.
Definitely, we'll be having a bet. We'll definitely be having a bet here. I think the favourite's going to be very hard to beat, and I think she firms up in the market. She's won 3 on the downs. Last 2 of those at weight for age. She beat Lighthouse 2 back, who subsequently won a Group 1. She avoids a penalty here, so she comes in with 50 kilos on her back. As I said, she was carrying weight for age, so she's carrying 7 kilos less than weight for age here. She gets perfect track conditions. She loves it wet. She hasn't ticked off the heavy track box. She hasn't ticked off the mile box, but in the last start, what was that? The George Rider, she had the best last 200 metres of the race. So she was going away from them on the line. She draws 14. She lands Jamie Carr, who 14's like, I'm actually happy with that draw. I'd prefer her to draw there than the inside, and the inside be off. At least Carr can find cover on her and find the best part of the track. And she is going to be really hard to hold out. If she reproduces, either of her last 2 wins, she'll win this race.
She's been brilliant for you this prep, hasn't she?
Yeah, keep going. You know what they say about mares in form, Pat?
Just keep backing them.
Keep backing them.
Oh,
exactly right.
This could be the next Winks.
Oh, yeah.
Could well be.
The next Winks. Wow,
she's so well weighted. Like she beat two back. She beat Lighthouse at even weights, and now Lighthouse has got to give her 3 kilos. So she's just beautifully placed here.
Yeah, definitely with 50 kilos on its back. It's there on a platter, but it's got to run the 1,600.
1,600 is the only concern, but she's handled like fast races in the past. She hasn't had many opportunities over a mile as well. We would say that, and you'd also say that she's a different mare this time. She's gone to an absolute different level.
True, she's relishing those heavy tracks.
Yeah, she is.
What have you got, big fella?
I'm with BJ. I wanted to ask you guys and spec a few others at odds, but
let's spec them, mate. What do you got?
What are your Mr. Brightside? a Kiwi horse. It had a boom start to its career. I think it won 6 races on the trot. We're getting $26. It's kind of had its quota cut in half. Either of you guys give Mr. Brightside a chance?
I think it's probably still 2 or 3 lengths behind this class, so I'm happy to leave it out.
BJ?
I can't entertain him.
Ellsberg, it's a good horse to the punters. We've got a good friend of ours whose dad owns it, so they'll be out there and hoping that it nabs a Group 1 win. Either of you guys have it in your numbers?
Yep, he'll be in my top 4.
Mate, I've very sentimental about this horse. I was with our friend whose dad owns the share in it on the weekend. He said he's coming down to watch it, and it was pretty funny to hear that every time he's gone to the races to see it run, it hasn't won. So,
No.
Yeah.
Is that true?
So I really hope that it can put on a good performance for him.
Oh, God,
weekend.
I hope that it wins for him. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't because I'll be back in Forbidden Love. But and the last one, Converge, in good form. I mean, it beat Animo 2 back, and then you go through the form of this week's races, and you kind of have a bit of a giggle every time you have a look at that. Anyone that ran in that in the Rosehill Guineas, where I think the official length was just under 7 lengths. Animo beat them by, but Converge has got to be a bit of a spec at $7, or is it still, or $9? Sorry, or is it still kind of under the odds for what you guys are saying?
Am I up first? I think he's probably the one to beat. I think 1.25 miles was just a stretch for him, but it I guess it rounds him off perfectly to come back to a mile. No weight on his back. 3-year-olds have a good record in the race. Draws well. He's probably one of the ones to beat.
Oh, really? Paddy, Converge?
When you do say no weight on his back, there's just so many of them that are in there with 50, 51 kilos this year that I just think are in front of it. And I would rather be on Forbidden Love than Converge, truthfully.
Me too.
We will be.
Yes.
Okay, well, that is the 4 major races. Let's rip into the $100 strategies. Unfortunately, with the cancellations of last week's races, every bet was void unless you bet on the Friday night. So, Pat, you were the only one that took an L for the weekend.
Yeah, he lost $10.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, happy to give that 10 away.
I reckon. I think we should just.
It was scratched.
Stop yelling.
Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Inferno was scratched.
Inferno. It was the Inferno. That's
You
right.
blokes,
Okay.
you guys would pick my pocket.
Yeah, I tell you what, you got to watch PJ. It was one of the first things he brought to the pre-show meeting.
Yeah.
Well, you guys stitched me up because I had Mr. Mozart in my strategy, and we're betting on.
Can I just do a Blake?
Win.
Can I just do a Blake when he sat down at the pre-meeting? He goes, "Hey, how are you two losers going? Any females? Any females in sport this week that I can go hammer and tong at?" Nah. All right, sweet. Let's get started.
Let's hurry up then. Let's hurry up.
Hurry up.
All right. Okay. Who's kicking us off? Who wants to lead us away?
You kick
I'll
off,
do
Blakey.
it. I'll do it. Mine's relatively simple. I'm having 75 to win on Forbidden Love.
Yep.
At $4.80. And then I'm going to have a little $25 treble. We'll kick off at Bendigo, race 2, number 16, Stretto. Mara Eustace. Yep. Mara Eustace. And then I'm going to double up the Derby, Hitotsu, into Forbidden Love in the Doncaster. So that's $43 there, Pat.
Oh, way. Oh, way.
All right, lads, I've got to sneak
That's
this
my
in.
treble.
I've got to sneak this in before the family walk in.
Yeah.
I've got $50 a win in the Donny Private Eye. I've got $15 a win on War Eternal in the Derby. And then I want the 35 on an all-up Fireburn into Nature Strip.
Fireburn into Nature Strip. Okay.
They're two good names, solid names too. Fireburn Nature Strip.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to have $50 on the nose for She's Extreme. We're going to take that $9.50 if we can right now. And I'm going to have a $50 place multi. Forbidden Love to place and She's Extreme to place. So we're kind of each weighing Forbidden Love. We have no guest here for a $100 strategy because we are punching this potty out. We've just got to get to the reviews. We didn't have as many as I thought we'd get. We had a bit come in on YouTube. I can't actually find the YouTube one, but it's actually from our man Kurt Heyman, who is a very, very good friend of the show. I think he told me that he'd done a thing, but I can't find it. So what I'll do is
why don't we'll lead with it on next week's show.
Yeah, we'll find it and we'll lead with it. I can see, I don't know, it says one comment under last week's show, but I can't actually see the comment. So sorry, Big Kurt.
Being from Kurt Heyman, it may have been hidden by YouTube.
Yeah,
might have been too explicit.
It was very sexually aggressive.
It was an explicit comment.
So I've got one here. Did I screenshot it? No, I didn't, because that would have been some forward thinking. Okay, this is our latest review from the potty. My man, make sure you send in your address, your shirt size, and I like it. 5 stars, of course. You know,
legend.
How could you give us anything other? We're going to crack 200 ratings, by the way, which is huge. So, led by the greatest showman in Woodhead. Well, thank you very much.
Who's this?
Oh, it's Mum. Mum, send in your shirt size. Appreciate that. No, so it's A. Kempers. Led by the greatest showman in Woodhead and some outstanding punting knowledge from Pat and BJ, this potty has it all. Tips, banter, and laughs. What more could you want? Do yourself a favour and have a listen. So that is a champion review. I love seeing stuff like that. Kempers, I reckon Kempers came to our members only event.
Oh yeah,
the big dog.
What about he led with you?
He knows who decides.
He knows he sends out the parcels.
He knows who reads the review.
No more. I send out the parcels.
DJ's taken over the merch for the first time in 2 years, and haven't I heard about it?
Oh,
How
really?
many do you have to send out today?
I haven't sent any out today. I didn't get.
Can I be
Friday.
HR? Can I do HR?
35 to send out.
35.
Woodhead's just been stacking them up since last year.
Shiver me.
We didn't have shirts. Yeah, what am I meant to do?
Well, what's that big box of shirts that you brought over to me the other day?
Oh, he's right.
Unfortunately, we actually don't have a lot of small fans. The smalls and the mediums are stacking up.
Do you know what? Start sending the smalls to jockeys. Just send it to them.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll do that. No,
yeah, BJ, send the smalls to jockeys, would you?
BJ, are you doing all the sending? Can you do that to the jockeys? Thanks, mate.
Done.
All right, boys, that was it. Thank you for we're all very fluid and versatile with time today, so that was fantastic. Thank you, listeners. Actually a huge week on downloads. Massive week. I didn't tell you, Paddy. Huge week on downloads. A lot of views on the videos as well on the Facebook page. So thank you so much. Make sure you are following, subscribing, reviewing, following us on TikTok, Instagram, whatever else you need to do. You know all the big call outs. So appreciate that. And good luck this weekend, punters.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, fellas.
Guru.